Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Here's an article that talks about Alpo Martinez's indictment and what was said in his indictment, okay? This is written back in March 6, 1993. 3 indicted in drug gang killings. Okay, the federal prosecutor unsealed an indictment yesterday charging that 3 men had served as armed enforcers for a violent drug gang that was responsible for 9 homicides in the Washington area from 1989 to 1991. Okay, that's just 2 years. So as we stroll down the article, okay, it talks about what happened and who did what, the charges, then the accounts. But this video is about the time Alpo was down in Washington, D.C. We just established it was 2 years. So I want to bring your attention to this paragraph. According to the indictment, the 3 men worked for Martinez and were paid for the killings either in drugs or in cash. Over the life of the alleged drug conspiracy, Martinez shipped more than 500 kilograms or more than 1,100 pounds of cocaine into Washington. So over a 2-year period, Alpo had shipped more than 500 kilograms of cocaine in 2 years. So we're talking about 250 kilos of cocaine per year.
According to the Washington Post, Edmund, who was convicted after a lengthy 1989 trial in federal court in the district, oversaw an operation that brought as much as 1,700 pounds of cocaine into the city each month. Law enforcement officials estimated that he was raking in about $2 million a week between 1985 and 1989.
He wasn't just selling drugs to other prisoners. He also masterminded the shipment of more than 2 tons of cocaine and crack from the coca fields of Colombia to the District of Columbia.
In some ways, he's like the Babe Ruth of crack dealers.
Eric Holder, the Deputy Attorney General of the United States, was, until recently, the top prosecutor in Washington, D.C. It was his office that locked Edmund up in the first place. Tell us the magnitude of his operation from inside the prison.
If you look at it on a monthly basis, he was exceeding that which he did when he was running what, to that time, had been the largest drug operation in Washington, D.C. history.
He was doing more from in prison? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, at its maximum, he was doing about 400 kilograms of cocaine per month while in prison, and while on the street, he was doing about 300 at its max.
A year after Edmund met him, Chicky was released and returned to his horse ranch in Colombia. And that's when business really took off. So how did you pull it off? I mean, you were doing pretty serious and impressive deals.
Oh, yeah.
From inside, I love maximum security penitentiary.
Maximum security.
Specifically, how did you do it?
Specifically, we would use the visiting room, the telephones.
Specifically, these telephones, conveniently located just down the hall from his cell. Edmund would contact Chicky simply by placing a collect call to a friend in Washington. Every one of those calls was recorded.
Hello, this is the AT&T operator with a collect call. Who's calling, please?
Right.
Will you accept the charge? Uh-huh.
The friend, in turn, connected him to Chicky all the way down in Medellin. They spoke in code.
Remember, he used to live in 18th Street. Yeah. That he was going to move to downtown to 16th Street.
Yeah. When he made that statement to me, he was letting me know that the price went down 3,000. It went from 19th Street to 16th Street. So I automatically knew what he was talking about.
Now, this is the beginning of the 60-minute interview they did with Ray. Now, if you think Ray wasn't pushing them numbers, look what he was pushing while he was in prison. $300 million. How can you compare Alpo $4 million per year, which is $8 million the 2 years he was down in DC, to where he was pushing within 1 year, $300 million, making $300 million versus $8 million? There's no comparison. $8 million was spending money to Ray. But you got people saying that Alpo was this. Like I said, I don't take nothing away from Alpo. He was doing his thing. He was moving weight, yes. But he was not moving that weight like y'all think he was moving. Ray was making more behind the wall in prison, 400 keys per month versus 20 keys per month that Alpo was pushing, which is 500 keys within the 2 years he was down here, which is 250 keys per year, which is close to 21 keys per month, 20 keys per month. It's no comparison, man. Y'all need to stop making Alpo bigger than what he was. And this is like 300 million. That was only a 30% of the weight that was moving through DC. Only 30%.
Damn, that's crazy. So y'all are hustling, doing your own thing for a minute, and then your homie, I think his name is Kurt Bone.
Yeah, CB, yeah. So
okay.
Later down the line, we was doing our own thing. So CB was doing this thing. So we pulled CB up, fucking with CB for a minute. So CB was like, man, I guess he had a girl back then, so he was doing this movie thing, taking this woman out. We wasn't knowing that back then. We'd call him 10 at night, 11, like, where you at? We need you. So I guess he got tired. I'm like, you know what? You a good dude. Y'all good dudes. Slim, Alpo the Rep, a good dude. At that time, we didn't know the background about Rich and all that back then.
Right.
So he was like, I'm introduce y'all to the dude. So he introduced you to Alpo the Rep. So we was pumping so much, Alpo the Rep got scared and came back to CB and was like, man, what's up with these little dudes? Man, they cool? He said, yeah, why? He said, man, they pumping too much. You sure they right? I'm like, man, everybody know Tank and Spark is. Everybody love them. So he went back, did his homework. The females, dudes said, man, they're good dudes. We love them, man, just that and that. So Alpo the Rep turned around and was like, let me hang with y'all. So I don't know no better. So I'm like, why not? Fuck it, let him hang with us. My nigga Dre was like, no. So when we got in the car and left, he explained, you never hang with your plug. You never hang with your connections. Don't take pictures with him or nothing. I'm like, cool, whatever he said, there's a good reason for it, so I listened. So we pumping. So my nigga Dre was like, you want to expose our hand to him? I'm like, yeah, why not? Sure. We called him and met him. He was like, we trying to get 50 joints. We trying to buy 50 bricks from him, 50 joints from him. He was like, man, I ain't getting that much. All I'm getting is 33 joints. So he was like, man, I can do this. Y'all can take y'all money and put it with my money, and I just charge y'all like 3,000 or 2,000 or early. Don't know what it was, but it was a number on top of this. Then Dre was like, I'm like, whatever. Dre was like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. So I'm cool, whatever you say, nigga. So I chilled. So he came back again the next time and was like, how about this? Since everybody like y'all and love y'all so much, I'm gonna buy my 33 joints, I'm gonna sell them to y'all, and y'all serve everybody in DC since everybody love y'all and fuck with y'all. So I'm like, I'm whatever. So I'm like, yeah. Dre was like, nah, we ain't doing that. I don't want them niggas in my business.
Right.
I don't want them niggas knowing what we getting. So we kept it the same. Whatever you selling them, sell it. Whatever you got left over, we'll buy. So we kept it like that for a good little minute.